Looks like we're up and running. So, as per usual, give me a sec to pull out the, that's weird, why isn't this? Give me a sec. Why? BitChute doesn't seem to be... Oh, there we go, there we go. Just had to refresh the page. Okay, head back here. Alright, Odyssey's working today. Pop out the chat. Rumble. Come on, Rumble. Yeah. Pop out that chat and YouTube, which I'm not sure why I actually do. I actually had 60 views once on here. I don't know why. Because most of the time I get nothing or one, which is probably me. Yeah, YouTube is very strange. I don't understand. Yeah. I get why everybody who streams on here is so frustrated with them all the time. Okay, I'm just going to leave some space here so I can bring up... Where's OBS? There's OBS. Just want it up in the background a bit so I can make sure it's actually working, because I did have it black out on me twice. Everything was good, and then it wasn't, which makes no sense. But it hasn't done it since. But still, now I'm cautious to watch because I don't want to be doing, you know, an hour or two stream or something and then look at it and go, oh shit, it's all just black. Like, what the fuck? It only did it to me, I think, twice ever, but actually I think the first time it did it to me, it was my fault. I didn't set it up properly. I was just in a rush and started it up and didn't realize it was looking at the wrong window, which didn't exist anymore, and yeah. You could hear the audio, but that was about it. But the second time, yeah, it was showing the video from the game, and then I was going through doing my chat setups, pulling out the chats, and OBS for some reason decided to no longer look at the same window. Something changed. I don't know. It was weird. Oh yes. Okay. Attach winch. Taking the lazy man's load here. This will do the 3 medium logs I need. Let's get back into the driver's seat here. So far so good with this. Haven't had any close calls or anything with it tipping. Oh shit, I need fuel. Do I have fuel on the roof? I do. Not a ton, but enough. I think I'll be driving past the garage, so I could probably get more, I think. I don't know, I don't feel like going to the map right now. Be careful there, you don't want to go out too far, things will tip. Worried that one of those might get stuck back there. Stuck on the pole, that is, or the tree, as I was going between those. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had all the graphics maxed out on this except the shadows, because I don't give two farts about shadows. Come on, dude, you can do it. He's actually been doing surprisingly well. Considering that these logs are really heavy. And that he doesn't have like mud-only tires. Yeah, he's been doing surprisingly well. I've had to fuel him up at least once, maybe twice on this trip. And I'll be filling them up again here right away, because I am pretty damn sure that the garage is up this way, just up the road. Oops. Okay, looks like he wants differential lock here. He hasn't been the fastest vehicle, but he's been surprisingly good at getting through some spots that were difficult for other vehicles. More difficult than this. So. I should be a little careful. I mean, yeah, we're not going that fast. But we are pushing the limits here a little bit. Need to be careful because that back trailer will swing right out and hit something and flip over. And that'll add a whole lot of time to my trip, so I'd rather take a couple of seconds and slow down than have to spend another 10 or 15 minutes picking up a mess. Okay. Yes, this is the garage. Alright, so let's grab somebody. Who's next? I mean, this guy does carry a fair amount of fuel. I don't know if he has enough for what I want. Let's get an actual vehicle here. Tetra has a gas tank. Service parts, there it is. This little thing is kind of fun actually when you're driving around. It's not the best thing for getting around, but he's kind of fun. And the first time I had him, there was this big beach, long beach with a lot of sand dunes and stuff. And he was getting along there pretty fucking good. Let's see, nope. Okay, Trump, fill that up. That, and that's it. Good, he's still got fuel to spare, but whatever. Actually, let's leave him out. It's not the first time I've been by here needing fuel, so... Hmm. Somebody's making breakfast somewhere. I can smell it. Smells like coffee. Maybe some toast. Mostly coffee. Could be some eggs in there. Nope. Damn it. Yeah, didn't do that much damage. Good. So yeah, let's see here. Yeah, got about an hour before I have to go to work. Perfect. I was actually up at 3 this morning. But I usually get up like 3:45, so I just had a really good sleep last night. I have this big box fan. I actually bought it to kill mosquitoes. I should look that up online. So using a box fan to kill mosquitoes. Apparently it works very, very well. Unfortunately, we've had so much rain, like every day or every other day. I haven't had a chance to put the damn thing out and use it, but which kind of sucks because there are zillions of them out there. But I used it in the bedroom last night and it was pretty damn good. Let's make a wider turn here. This doesn't really matter as long as there's no dippy bits. It's heading off there to a nice little tippy there. Looks like we're okay now. Yeah, I think just having the fan on, because it's kind of hot and muggy, even though it kind of cools down at night, but for some reason in the house it's still not fun. And we haven't been turning the air on. Although we didn't expect it to get as hot as it did the other day. It wasn't supposed to. But that and the noise from the fan, I'm always good with the white noise. And the wind. My wife hates it, but both. But it worked for me. And we have different bedrooms. It's just, started doing that 2020-ish. It just works better. She likes having the TV on, and we had the cats then. And that's a little too steep. Shit. This is going to be a fun turn. And the cats love sleeping with me, which was, you know, great and not great. I like the little bastards, but we didn't declaw our cats or anything, so the one guy liked to jump right up in my face from the floor. It was a really high bed, and he was getting on, and I was getting a little worried that one of these days, because he had trouble sometimes, that I was going to catch a full face full of claws, maybe lose an eye or something, so that was always bothering me. Never happened, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff keeping me up. And I mean, there was one day at work, I was talking to these guys. I went down to talk to the network guys about something, and these two guys in the cubicle, the team lead and this other guy, they're just staring at me as I'm talking. And then it occurred to me that they had a funny look on their face, and then it occurred to me that I was probably talking gibberish. I was that out of it. And that was the end of it there. I was like, okay, this is not, I gotta get sleep. It's been bugging me for a bit, you know, just no energy, can't think straight, not good. So yeah, I moved into this room, the room with the computer in it actually, and I haven't looked back. It's been great, a lot better sleeps. I think my wife gets better sleeps too, because she doesn't have to worry. But yeah, so I had the box fan in here. It's fantastic all night. I think it cuts out some of the noise because I have the window open. You know, we live in the city, in the burbs, but still. Okay, so I'm going to take these guys around the corner here. And come back and grab that one and deal with it. Is there a way to come back around here? Oh, I guess this is it. So this is the one thing that's really annoying with the automatic. You have automatic on, is it when it starts bogging down, it goes really slow for a bit. Let's just pull over here. And then it'll downshift into first, and it's kind of annoying. What do I have over here? He's got the long... Okay, let's take the Pacific here. They didn't need that fence there anyway. I mean, do you see people walking around? No. Just me. I'm the only person that lives in this world. And the invisible voices that leave me messages. Okay, I'm gonna try and back this guy up. These trailers are hell. When you need to back up, that is. Just, they are not fun at all. Let's go straight up here. Okay, so now I need 2 more short logs according to the upper right side there. And as I recall, I could only get those from here, because I had to go through 2 maps. No, this is where the garage was, and the trailer shop. That's right. And the logs are down here in Overo Hills. I keep thinking Orvo, like that space show. Is it called the Orvo? Orvo, something. It was like a Star Trek ripoff. Started out good and then got really woke and retarded and irritating, and I stopped watching it. Just like Star Trek in general. It was a Star Trek ripoff. Okay, so I need something. Yeah, these guys... I wonder if he can do it. We'll try him. Pretty sure it's a saddle low that I need. Does he have a log crane? No, but it takes away the saddle. Alright. Fuck it. And he doesn't have any supplies. Whatever. Now, some people complained online that these cats, all the cat brands, don't have an option for a snorkel upgrade. This one's got a fairly high snorkel. Actually, that looks like something I would have stuck on there. I wonder if this one did. But yeah, in general, they were kind of crap when you're going through deep water. It's still got that, I don't know. Sometimes when it's when you're viewing things through the exhaust, you get the warbling effect because of the heat. I mean, okay, it's kind of neat, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the way I need to go. Sometimes it causes the graphics to lag a little bit. He's been pretty good with the grip on this road, which generally means... Oh no, there he goes. He's sliding a bit. He's slow to turn too, the front wheels. Not as bad as some. Okay, because usually if they don't have a lot of grip on this, it means they're better in mud. But if they do have a lot of grip on this, it means they're usually worse in mud. And mud is more important to me than pavement, so for getting through. Because, you know, although I may slide on this, I'm not going to get stuck on pavement, so... Okay. Let's see, I need the... It's down near the back here, I think I saw it go by. This one... Short and long. Perfect. And I need 2 shorts, so this should do it. Don't think I've ever used this trailer before. Let's just mark it out. I know I have to go down. Oops. We'll grab some gas while we're here because we should. Let's put a couple markers on here. Alright. I wonder how many short logs this thing can take. 2 anyway, but I wonder if it could take 3. That'd be interesting. And then I wonder how many long logs it can take. It's just 1 load, or is it 2? I'm assuming 1, but you know. Shit. Because every drop of fuel on this trip is going to matter. It's funny too, some vehicles have a lot better stopping ability than others. Like, there's one that starts with a P. I think it's got 8 wheels. I can't remember the name of the fucking thing. It's not the fastest vehicle, but yeah, that thing fucking stops on a dime. You want to stop and it's like, stop. It's done. And then there's other ones like this one that take a bit. And some that take a lot to stop. So I suspect this trailer, when I'm going fast, is going to be pulling me all over the place, and especially in the turns. What the fuck? Now it smells like somebody's burning wires or doing some welding. As long as it's not my computer. Pretty sure it's coming in the window though. There's a lot of construction going on. Though it's all road stuff, nothing where they should be doing any welding. I kind of want to get into it. Hey, bird drool. Bit shoot, huh? Come on. We're not stuck. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. He doesn't have any load yet, so if he's already having troubles. It's definitely gonna be a... Come on, you can do it. Yeah, most of the time in this game, if you're spinning a lot, it's better to slow it down. And you actually end up moving forward better than you would if you were just sitting there in super high gear with the tires just sitting there spinning like crazy. Oh, you're going to be a pain, are you? Oh wait, we're moving. We were moving. Is there anything to hook onto here? Of course not. Sometimes just moving yourself around a little bit gets you some better grip. Can't wait to connect to that one there. No, we're moving. We're good. As long as the trailers don't get hung up on the rocks. I should say trailer. Come on, you piece of shit. You can do this. Steering side to side also kind of gives you some extra grip. Okay, I think we're out of her. Back into the drink. I'm going up on the side. I have nothing on this trailer. I have no extra heavy weight to tip me over, so let's do it. Should get a little better grip up here. You would think, normally. Oh yeah. Still in low gear. Alrighty, I think we're at the end of this map. Pretty sure the exit's pretty damn close. Turned off all-wheel drive. Just the rear tires pushing us now. Use up less gas, go a little bit faster. And there's the exit. Let's see, about 45 minutes left before I have to go to work. Where do we need to go here? Does this guy have short logs? He does. Does this... Oh, he does not. Okay, so I guess that's the only place to get short logs. So I'll have to go up here. That's fine. Turn around and come... Hello, computer. There we go. Turn around and come back. Because I cannot go that way. Not that I want to anyway, because I don't think there's a way across up here. And I have to get to this reactive zone, which kind of sucks. It'll be a long trip. I'm going to try going this way. I went this way the last time and across here and down. I don't know if that's a good idea. So I go here and then I'd have to come around here, or I could come down this way and go across there. I know this spot here can be a little hanky. Alright, fuck it. Let's go this way. And then we will go this way. I could go this way too, but I suspect that this is, well, some rocks here. I don't know if they're bad. Because there's a little bit of pavement that I can take up to this part from, like, once I get on it. It's easy going until I get to here, and then I gotta come down this way. Yeah, let's not do that. We'll do this way. Should be better. Down through here is a little bit of a pain. It wasn't actually that bad, I recall, the last time I came through. Okay. Yeah. A little bit of a pain in the ass going through this area, as I recall. It's probably going to be a lot worse coming back. Now those center tires there that aren't actually doing anything right now, I can put those down and they push the truck up a bit. It's nice if you want to push the trailer up, because you see that the trailer stands sitting down there. Sometimes they get hung up on things, so if you raise the truck up, you can get over things a little better. And that would be the one reason to use those tires. I don't have them down because I don't need to right now, because when you do, it pushes the rest of the truck up and you actually get less grip. You're more likely to spin and stuff, so it's better to have them up when you don't need them. They're kind of nice too, because they, if you're going over some big bump or something, they give you a little bit of a extra something in the middle there for the bump to roll on, instead of hitting your gas tank, which is right there, which could still happen, but let's slow her down a little bit. Digging a hole. Had a lady from Texas out, a young lady out from Texas last winter here. There's a snow hill close by, and she was here visiting friends and she was heading there. And she came into her cul-de-sac and got stuck like 1 foot into it. Mostly because the idiot on the end had been shoveling all of his snow onto the road. Which you're not supposed to do, but, lazy. We call him Fat Man. Because he's a big Batman fan. He's got Batman symbols all over his truck and in his house, and he's short and fat. So, Batman, Fat Man. He's earned it. Just through some of the annoying things he's done like that. But anyway, so she came in there, got stuck, and I was watching from my window here because I was at work or playing a game, I can't remember. And so I went out to help her, and her tires were not winter tires, and it was a bad winter. I mean, I've got like uber the best winter tires you can buy, basically. Studded, and they're these Nokian Hakkapeliitta 7 or 10s, I can't remember. But they're extremely good in winter, and I was having trouble, and I usually don't. So, you know, I see this poor lady and I'm like, oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. All that, and I can only take one load of smalls? So you could take a load of smalls and a load of longs. That's how this works. We don't have longs in this one to see, but because otherwise it would give me... See, the trailer thing here shows 2 spots available. One's taken up, so why can't I do the other one? Oh, you piece of crap. And drag this stupid thing all the way out here just for this? Like... Well... Or... No, it's just not enough space. Okay, I was gonna say maybe they ran out. Sometimes they have a limited supply. Huh. And that's it. Short, medium, and I can't... Okay, I was, you know, because there's room here, I figured that maybe there's 2, but like some back here and some here, and nothing in the middle here, or... But that's how this works. Long and short. Alright, well now I know. First time I've used this trailer. Damn it. It's a long trip for just one. I could have brought 2 short trailers or put an extension on the back here that carries short logs and then got a short trailer and made one trip, but yeah. Well, now we know. Poopy on that. Well, at least going would be a little easier than it would have if I did have a second one on there. But okay, having the weight right there might have actually helped with my grip a little bit. Getting back through here is going to be the test. So I know some vehicles had a problem through this stretch back to the road over there. But he's pulling through. Well, I'm almost down to half a tank of fuel, so that's not a good thing. Try and keep it up out of the mud. I'll go up on the side over here a bit. And then make an extremely wide turn, because why not? Oh, there's Fat Man now. He's got a big, loud truck. And you know we always say about guys with big trucks. And it's not always true, but yeah, sometimes they're overcompensating. Hopefully he can't hear me. They don't seem like bad people, so I don't want to, yeah. Well, other than blowing snow onto the road, which was really annoying. And then they didn't come out and help. Pushing her out of that pit was a pain in the ass. And yeah, she had summer tires. They were new too. They were nice new tires, but they were not for this not for this winter environment. It was like, whoa. I don't know how she got as far as she did, literally. But the roads were ice. I was sliding everywhere with studded tires, which are for ice, and somehow she and her minivan there made it that far. But yeah, pushing her out was wow. But she also had never been stuck before and had no clue. She's just sitting there spinning as fast as she could, and so I had to, teach her. It's like, no, you don't want to spin the tires. You just make an ice, and then you go nowhere, and you dig a hole. Even with mud, you don't want to do that. You got to rock the car back and forth, get momentum. You know what I mean? So you go forward as far as you can, then put it in reverse, and go back, fast as far as you can, and then back and forth like that. And eventually you'll push yourself out of the hole. But yeah, so we got her out and then wished her luck on her way. I told her, I said, man, I don't know, these tires. I told her to stick to the main roads, be very, very, very careful. And she was going to the snow hill. I don't know who her friends are, but they should have warned her. In Texas, man, that's a long drive. I mean, it takes probably 5 days to drive across Canada from one side to the other, and I know it's as far across the country here. How did that work? As it is from here to Mexico City. Something like that. Texas is still, yeah, it's a long ways. That's a bit of a drive. That was a couple of days for her. It'd be an adventure, that's for frickin' sure. She must have been in her early 20s, and she's heading up to Canada from the States and go skiing with her friends and shit. I guess she learned some stuff. Tires aren't cheap though. I used to put all seasons on all year round until I was heading to work one day, and we have to go through the river valley, so it's, you go down and then come back up the other side. Lots of twisty roads and shit. And I'm going down this one road, and it's got some twists in it, and all of a sudden I'm going sideways. I remember because it was dark out and my headlights were on the guardrail there, and it was like on the one side of the road, the right side, and then I swung back around and that was it. We were good. But I was kind of white knuckling it a bit there, and I'm used to driving through shit like that. But I know some people are not good at all at it. But yeah, you turn into the slide, get those front wheels going in the direction you want to go and the way you're sliding, and you can come back around eventually if you catch some grip. And of course, don't accelerate and don't brake, or very, very, very little braking. You don't want, last thing you want to do is lock up the wheels, because then you're just sliding with no control at all. But yeah, I came back around and all the headlights behind me, because I was at the front of a bunch of traffic, they all started going all different directions, because they probably saw what happened to me, right? I'm up front and I'm suddenly going sideways, and then I swung back around, and I'm sure they were all just freaking out and braking, and there was shit going on all over the place, and I was too concerned, like I had another turn like right away coming up, and because it's like a little chicane, there's like a twist, turn to the right and then a turn to the left. And it was just the right hand one that just fucked me up. And yeah, so I was too concerned with keeping myself on the straight and narrow after that than watching what was going on behind me. But I do remember all the headlights suddenly starting to twist this way and that way. Oh man, it was probably a hell back there. But yeah, after that, I was like, that's it. I'm gonna spend some real money on some good tires, and that was years ago, and I haven't looked back. I'm using the super studded tires. So the only thing with that is, I can start and stop faster than other people, and sometimes, especially when I'm stopping at a light or something, you know, just because I can stop doesn't mean you can't, right? So if somebody's following me, and I don't like guys who tailgate, especially in winter. It's just fucking retarded. So if somebody's following close, I'll take my time stopping at a light because I don't trust that they can stop because I have no idea what their tires are like or anything, and I know I can, but I don't want them coming up my ass. So. And I've had some close calls there too with people doing that. Not hitting, although that did happen once, but it wasn't because of ice. Actually, the one time I was rear-ended was a minivan full of teenage girls, and this guy must have been somebody's father. And so I was turning right onto a road. It's right at an intersection, and there's 2 lanes to my left that are turning into the same road that I am. And so there was a bigger utility truck, and he was in, say, like if we're looking here, right? If there's just 2 lanes, I'm in the right lane, and there's a left lane. So I'd be turning onto the road to the right, and then this other guy was coming around from the left, from the opposite direction. He was turning onto the same road. And he changed lanes from the left lane to my right lane while he was turning. So I had to stop. And I'm stopped there for, it was a good couple of seconds. But I'm around the bend just a little bit, and this guy in the minivan came. He must have been, because there was a car behind the truck that just cut me off. And I was waiting for him. I was going to go in behind him because there was space. And I think he was thinking the same thing, this dude behind me, and he wasn't watching. He was looking to his left. And yeah, he ran right into me. The whole front of his minivan was gone. And knocked me out for a second too. That's weird. Because I didn't even see him. I'm watching this car too, right? I'm waiting for it, and I was gonna go. And the next thing I know, I'm looking at the dash. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over, this lady's driving by me, and she's looking at me, and she was a lawyer. She stopped and gave me her card. She says, yeah, I saw everything. If you need it, you can call me, or I'll be a witness. I was like, oh, okay. But, yeah, it was weird. It knocked me out for a couple of seconds. But yeah, then I got out, and I'm looking, and this guy's, as soon as I got out of the car, I looked back, and it's like, oh my god, this guy's van is just, like, it's still drivable, but everything right up to his radiator is gone. His whole front end is a Ford Aerostar. Probably would save me, because this piece of shit just fell apart. Oh, come on. Wait. Maybe this will help. Nope. This fucking tree, every fucking time I come up here. Maybe not every time, but some of the times. Now we'll see if one of these trailer axles gets stuck. Come on, turn, damn you. Yeah, so I got out, and I was expecting to see the back of my car just smushed. But there was some scratches on the bumper, and that was it. He had pushed the bumper in, like there's a metal piece under there. At least that's what the shop said when I brought it in there. They had to replace the bumper and stuff. And the hatch, for some reason, which I wish they'd never touched because they did such an incredibly bad job of that. 2 weeks later, I had rust in the new hatch window. 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks. I'd had the car for 7 years, 5 to 7 years at that point. Can't remember. never any rust back there. And then new hatch, all painted up and stuff, and rust coming out of the window 2 weeks after. So I brought it back because they'd left some grit in there or something under the window when they placed it in, and roughed up the paint enough that water that was in there caused rust. And yeah, oops, didn't realize it was still attached. And they dirtied up the inside of my car, and the console. You know, where you see the speedometer and stuff. It was like plastic, I guess, over top of that. I never really thought about it before, but somebody wiped that down with a dirty rag and scratched it all, and it's like, it still is. There's a product you can get that fixes that, sort of fills in scratches a bit. I did that. You can't really notice. If you look, you know it's there. You can find it. You can see it. But I mean, there's so much. Just pissed me off. So let's see what I brought it back there again, because, you know, there should be some warranty. There is. And they replaced it again and did a better job the second time. But within a year or two, I had rust again starting there. I think I've had that hatch replaced 3 times because of that. Since then. I brought it to another place. They did a better job, but the second time. But again, I think it started happening again. This time it was like 5 years or something down the road. So I got it replaced again, but now I know how to keep an eye out and prevent it. Basically, yeah, it's the minor scratches or whatever, maybe from the window, sitting in the frame, will eventually cause rust. It's a known issue with pretty much any hatchback. Rear window there. But if you can put in, I have this rust preventative stuff I spray on the vehicle, the underside. I've been putting it into the doors now and behind the wheel, the fender liners, and yeah, I'm running out of gas. Shit. And yeah, you put that in there, and because the water, if you, like when I looked at the hatch that had the issue, there's no, oh. I had this guy here for, oh, he's out of fuel. Shit. Well, he's got some. Pretty good spot. This is where I ran out of fuel before with a different vehicle. So I brought this guy out to fill him up. Okay, so I can repair him. Didn't he need repairs? Yeah, maybe not. We'll stop the truck, refuel. No, yes. And I have no more fuel to give. So, we're going to bounce him back. But yeah, things I wish I'd known a long time ago. But yeah, so you get rust coming down from the window on the inside of the hatch that you can't see. And it gets bad behind there. Eventually it finds its way, you'll see it bubbling under the paint by the window there, and it can come out at the bottom of the hatch too. There's drain holes there. You'll start seeing rust coming out of there. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Now the worst I see is a little bit of oil coming out of it. That stuff spreads pretty good in there. I didn't do it this year because there was still, the hatch got a little dirty, and I could see like the dirt was soaking up some oil around those 2 drain holes, so I know it's still in there, hasn't washed out or anything, so that's good. But it's something I'll be doing. It's some work to do that stuff, but it saves you a shitload of money. Like I bought that car new in 2001, and it looks better than new, literally. Well, except the hood. It's got little rock dings and stuff that I've filled in with touch-up paint. And after a while, that looks kind of eh. So, I mean, ideally, I should get the hood repainted. That was also done once already. Or did they give me a brand new hood? I think I got a new hood, that's right, because it's a double hull design or something. I had a deer. I hit a deer, or the deer hit me. Maybe a bit of both. It's coming around a bend, one of the places we lived in, and going down the hill, like, you know, kind of, actually it's, the bend was in the opposite direction, but coming down this hill, big long hill, and they had pushed the snow up on the sides. It was maybe meter and a half high, maybe, you know, it's a meter's about a yard and a half, and here's this small deer, probably a doe, trying to scramble over this snow pile just as I'm coming along, and I was coming slowish but fast enough, and I saw it and I started braking and slowing down a bit because you don't want to brake because then you just slide again, right? But slowing down, and the deer made it over just as my wife, because we worked the same place, and she was just turning to me because she was talking about something I don't remember. She turned to me, she was about to ask why I'm stopping, and then the deer hit and slid across the road. All I remember is its big eyeballs looking at us as it made it over the pile, and I couldn't stop, and it bumped into us and did a Starsky and Hutch across the hood because it was looking at us, and then plopped down on the road on the other side, got up and scampered off, and it put a hand-sized dent in the hood just above the right headlight. my wife mid-sentence just screaming. That was funny. I mean, she didn't appreciate that, but I was a little annoyed. The headlight was a little bit dinged too. I think there's like a plastic clasp or something at the top that's held on there was broken. But, I mean, overall the damage was minor. But I brought that in, and they were like, "Yeah, we got to replace your hood," because it's, you know. Sometimes I wonder about this too, because I'm thinking they could just pull that dent out, but you know, they probably make an extra money from the warranty or insurance or whatever the hell insurance at that point. So let's replace the whole hood. So, okay, great. But yeah, so I'll have to get that painted again someday, maybe. Everything's so damn expensive these days. I also got this 3M stuff put on. I'm going to need another vehicle to come out here and fill me up. Jesus. There's this clear plasticky stuff that they put on the front to protect your car from rock chips and stuff. And I had that put on the car when I bought it. The stuff on the headlights has been there for 25 years, and it's not looking good. Headlights look probably fantastic underneath it, but the plastic is not good. And I know maybe 10 years back I bugged the company that did it, and I said, could you like replace that and on the mirrors too? And they were like, no. Because apparently it's a pain in the ass to get it off, like big time. Which sucks. So I don't know, I'll have to take some time someday and do that or something. Let's see, maybe I don't know what else I've got over here for, I can pull over another vehicle and try and steal its fuel, or I bring in a tanker truck, which might be the way to go, since I seem to be running out of fuel on this little stretch all the time anyway. There we go, put it in high gear. Fuel dropped down to 3. Wow, that's like super good. Even for high gear, for any vehicle, that's super good. Well, maybe Scouts probably do like 1 liter a minute or something. But for a truck, yeah, that's That's decent. Oh, this pave section's really going to pay off. Oh, I should get those wheels up. I forgot about that. They're not helping me any. Just gotta get up this hill. Yeah, there's my fuel mileage. Yeah, that's those fucking wheels being down. They're not helping me with the grip. Alrighty, we're through. I didn't want to stop there because that's not a good thing to do when you're in the shit. There we go. Alright. Man, they call it high gear. You figure you'd be like going as fast as possible in high gear, right? Because it's the highest gear, high gear. But it's always, it's like a gear or two lower than what your automatic can do at top speed, so. But it's faster than otherwise, and let's say low gear. And it uses up a lot less fuel than anything else, as long as you're not bogging it down or something, then it'll use just as much fuel or more than any other gear that you might be in. But if it's nice like this, yeah, you use almost nothing. It's fantastic for getting around for fuel economy. We're definitely going to run out of fuel down here because this is all mud. Can you make the turn? Yes, you can. Can you turn the other way? Yes, you can. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What time is it? 10 minutes. Shit. Reactive zone. Actually, yeah, we'll bring down somebody. Because we have the garage right here. Nah. I was thinking about bringing down that little guy that I pulled out earlier that's sitting outside there. Does he have a gas? Don't think so. He does. He definitely does. Let's see. Do I just bring the gas tank? That gives me 1800 fuel, or I can bring this thing, which gives me 1400 fuel, plus repair parts. God damn. Who's cooking what now? Smells like wet cabbage. Oof. I have cabbage in the laundry detergent. Shit. Okay, I thought I was gonna hit there. See if I can get around here. Tipping over, stay up on the grass. Looks like we're doing okay. These little bushes can cause problems sometimes too, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Alright. I think I drove a truck similar to this when I was 12. Jesus Christ, I can't believe they let me drive that on public roads. Of course, my parents went away for vacation for 2 weeks and left us home. I was 12, my brother was 10, out in the country. Oh man, good times though. Fuck. Left us some money, a bunch of stuff in the freezer to eat. Yeah, because we had to take care of chores and stuff around the house, so we did that. It's no problem. And they told us, like, you need groceries, just drive into town. So I drove into the city at least once to get groceries from Safeway. Oh man. No license. I think when I was 14 I got my learners, but then you still can't drive by yourself on public roads without an adult or somebody with a full license with you. But I'm sure I did. And then there was, when I was 16, I got my license right off. As soon as I could. But yeah, I was driving, at least I could reach the pedals when I was 7, so I was driving then. And a little bit of driving. I mean, I did a little bit when I was 4. Yes, that's true. I was just steering the thing, but I mean, well, good times when you grow up on a farm. You can do whatever the hell you want. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Where's your... Oh, you don't have that. It's the other one that had the 80. Computer. I got 3 minutes left. This blows. That way to the left is quicker, or I should say shorter, but not quicker. It's much more boggy than this. This is much easier to drive through. I think because they put these weird little platforms down to drive on here under the mud. going through that is not fun. Technically, I'm still on call until 7 o'clock here. Been on call for 2 weeks, which is fine, because there's 4 of us, and I haven't been on call for 13 weeks, which is, you get extra pay for that, right? It can add up. I was a little bit irritated about that. I'm not sure exactly what the fuck, somebody's just being an idiot or what, but scheduling was not good. It screwed me out of a couple $1,000 of overtime pay. Damn it. Come on. Of course, the government takes most of that. Fuckers. It's crazy when you add up the taxes, like, and I mean not just the stuff you can see, but the stuff that's hidden. Because I mean, take gas tax for example. It's a lot. They add to gas a lot of taxes, and so trucks that are delivering supplies to farms and factories have to pay extra, so they'll charge extra, and then the factories might be using some of that fuel to make whatever it is they're doing, or the farms for their tractors. They're going to have to pass that cost along, so then there's another added cost, and then the delivery of the stuff, and like all the way along that gas tax you are paying like, big time, and that's just that. They screw us, they nickel and dime us for so much money. It's just unbelievable. I mean, if they just cut all the taxes, we'd all be so fucking rich. Fucking assholes, wasting all of our money. Just give me a sec here, I'm just gonna log into work. Couple of things I gotta do today. Yep. At least I don't have to drive into work today. I had to go in yesterday. I usually go in at beginning and end of the week, and I'm off tomorrow, so today would have been my day. But I had to go in yesterday to talk to 2 network guys about an issue, and so yeah, I did my 2 days. I only have to come in 2 days. Did it, not coming in today. Awesome. Anyway, that's it for me. Boop, 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 boop. My computer. So I will see you guys possibly tonight. I might play, I don't know. If it's not tonight, almost definitely sometime tomorrow, because I'm off, so unless I get busy doing some shit, which is possible, but whatever, we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys all then.